All right, 7:15 on the dot. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart. It is a First Alert weather day. Most of you are saying, why? It's a lot of sunshine outside, right? This is only specifically for our southeasternmost communities. That is where severe weather chances are just a little bit higher outside this evening. Primarily between about now and midnight. That's our window to see the stronger storms. Most of the storms have been dodging us. But that is where we do have an opportunity this evening, and why it is a First Alert weather day, because we still have that marginal risk for severe storms through tonight, about midnight to 1 o'clock, and then we'll start to calm back down as we work our way through the overnight hours. Here's a big picture look of what's been happening across the region. One severe thunderstorm currently in place for West Virginia. A lot of this activity has been south of I-64 so far, and that is where the big pink shaded area is. That is a severe thunderstorm watch that was put in place earlier. That is not likely to reach our area or extend into our southeasternmost communities, but nonetheless, we still can't rule out a stronger storm or two through the next couple of hours developing here around Adams County, Mason, or Robinson counties. Special weather statement that just, one kind of tier shy of severe thunderstorm warning. That's the black shaded boxes there across central Kentucky. So that's the big picture look. Nothing for our area just yet. We still have a little bit of wildfire smoke aloft. That's given us that milky appearance of the sky, and just fair weather clouds here downtown. Things are looking really good for high school football in most cases as you head out the door. And temperatures are still very summer-like. Reds game looking good for that, too. 74 degrees outside, a little breezy. The cold front has not yet passed us by. When it does, you'll know, because temperatures will start to tumble out there. Visibility right now full, as expected here downtown. You can see those slightly cooler temperatures up towards Connorsville compared to the 80s down in Maysville, West Union, and Georgetown. That is why that area has a higher likelihood of seeing a strong storm outside over the next few hours. It's the heat that these storms are fueling on. A little wider picture of what's going on, not just here, but across the Ohio Valley. And you can see Charleston, West Virginia, up to 83 degrees. A few splotches there, those dark shaded areas. That is where temperatures are likely 80 degrees plus. So that's thunderstorm fuel this time of the year. Cooler, drier air crashing in from the northwest, mixing with that heat, and that is why we have a slight risk down there to our southeast. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, this is an update from earlier this morning. They shifted that area a little bit more to the southeast. We did have a slight risk in place for some of our southeasternmost communities last night when we were doing the stream and at 10 and 11. They've adjusted that, wisely to push that off to the southeast because that's where temperatures got the warmest today. However, as you can see, many of our communities still under the marginal risk. So it's not over yet. I know that you're kind of thinking nothing's happened all day long. Even areas that are not under the severe risk have a chance to see some rain showers through the overnight hours. So be careful with cracking the windows open tonight. You might just wait off and to do that until Saturday night and a Sunday morning. So here we go. Another big picture look. Off to the west, we have a little mesolow kind of spinning its way into western Indiana. Anything from that will not be severe. But it could trigger a few of those stronger storms where temperatures are a little bit warmer off towards our southeasternmost communities. So we could still see some showers across the area through the midnight hour or so. But again, unless you're in our southeasternmost communities, do not expect any severe weather. Right where that marginal risk was in play, going back as seen there in the green shaded areas. So basically the southernmost sliver of Owen County, Grant County, Pendleton County, most of Bracken County, Brown County, Mason, Robertson, Adams, and southeastern Highland County. That's kind of the area we're going to have to keep an eye on here the next few hours for some storms to develop. And that little spin there off to the west could be the trigger for that as we work our way towards 9 to 10 o'clock tonight. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. Down to the southeast, again, a lot of lightning with these storms. That one that's pushing into West Virginia now is severe. And then you have a little aviation weather warning, just basically an airport warning that, hey, you probably don't want to fly into that over in Charleston right now. Back here at home, again, pretty dry outside so far. Don't let your guard down, though. We still have a window through about midnight or so to see these stronger storms. It is luckily, a lower threat than yesterday, down to a 1, but not a 0. It's a marginal risk for our southeasternmost communities. Damaging wind will be the primary threat in any of these storms. Can't rule out a small spin up, but that threat is very low. Hail, there have been some reports of that so far too. So we're keeping an eye on that. I'm keeping an eye on the comments. So far, nothing, which is always great. Hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. So far, it's been nice, but things are going to change here as I walk you through this weather timeline the next couple of hours. Because even though the severe threat is not in place for downtown or areas northwest of downtown, everybody does have the chance to see some showers outside tonight. First pitch has already happened. 6:40, huge series. I didn't check. I'll give you the score update, too, while we're here. Why not? We're a little over, about 40 minutes into this game, and the Reds are down 4-0. All right, let's not talk about sports. This is, it's a must sweep for the Reds. If we're going to have a chance for the wild card. So, got to make up 4 runs already. No rain chances for this. If there is a rain chance, it's closer to the end of the game, courtesy of that little spin that was there off to the west. Let's hop back to that. We'll go back a little bit, and I'll show you again. Keeping an eye. Whoop, too far. Too many buttons. Keeping an eye on that. Again, nothing severe from that, but we could see a shower outside. If it's going to, come in for the Reds game, it's going to be in the later innings. But right now, it would have to hold together, too. So we'll keep a very close eye on that. Fast forward again, back to the Reds game. Nice night for the Reds. Temperatures will start to tumble behind that, back to the mid-60s by the end of the game. And then tomorrow morning, we're talking low to mid-50s. Not quite chilly yet, because we will have a lot of clouds through the overnight and some showers we're going to have to contend with. But Sunday and Monday mornings, different story. That is going to be very crisp and fall-like outside. We'll tell you about that coming up in just a second. Here's the weather timeline through the next couple of hours. I'll just go ahead and stop this and work our way back so we can see what's going on. And you'll see that this has a whole lot of nothing, as you can see here right now. This is a 7 o'clock hour, right? This is what is happening. Working our way towards 8 o'clock, still nothing. Past sunset, 8 o'clock, a little after 8 tonight is sunset. And tomorrow is our final 8 p.m. sunset of the year. And I'll have a post about that tomorrow coming out on Facebook. But it's our final 8 p.m. sunset. I had it written down somewhere somewhere on one of these sheets. I got a lot of things written down on here because we got a lot of events happening out there. Oh, I don't know. It's until, I think March or April of next year. So if you like the later sunsets, enjoy them. Working our way quickly past 9 o'clock, though, you'll see by 10, things start to develop just south of Mason, Robertson counties and start to push in between 10 to 11. So again, still have that window for the stronger storms up until about midnight or so. Once the sun does go down, it's going to start to cut off the fuel source of the stronger storm threat. These storms will start to fall apart. But here's the good news for everybody else. Because as these storms fall apart, at least the severe weather aspect, we still need rainfall, right? We're still running those drought-like conditions despite the hefty rainfall totals we saw just yesterday. We need some more rain, right? Here we go, working our way through the overnight. Bear with me. Areas that are hardest hit by the drought, which is mostly in our southeasternmost communities, right? Everybody has a chance for a free car wash tonight, but as we work way towards the morning hours tomorrow, you can see a more hefty band of widespread rainfall pushes in. Now, yeah, it'll make things a little soggy out there for the Saturday morning, but these are the areas that are going to see this rainfall that need it the most out there tomorrow morning. And by about 9 to 10 o'clock, most of the rest of the tri-state's drying back out. So we have a chance for some showers through the overnight. Will everybody get wet? No, but there is a good chance. That line pretty much crosses north to south through downtown, runs eastward. So there's a chance. Is it going to be a lot? No. Is it going to bust the drought? No. But at least, we'll take what we can get because September is our driest month. And unfortunately, if you're hoping for more rainfall, we don't have any. The rest of the forecast. This is it. So take what you can get outside tonight. Rainfall lingers in our southeasternmost communities through about 10 to 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then everybody starts to dry back out after midday. Sunshine pops back out downtown around 1 to 2 o'clock and continues to get sunnier as we work way through the evening. Now, Sunday morning, it's going to be crisp, a little brisk. A lot of areas in central Indiana are going to be under the 45-degree mark. Here, Sunday morning, we're looking more so like the mid to upper 40s. But we could drop as low as 45 as you head back to work or school Monday morning. So be prepared for that. Here's our lows tomorrow morning, mild by comparison because we're going to have those rain chances. We're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover. Temperatures will be the coolest up to the north and northwest where the skies start to clear out a little bit quicker. Home opener for the Bearcats football. This is some good news here. I don't know why that didn't load. That was kind of odd. Oh, I know why it didn't load. It's because we're in a special mode, severe mode here. So, okay, there was a picture of Nippert Stadium back there in the background, but I get why that didn't load in. That's fine. Please ignore me. All right, 3:30 is the kickoff time for the home opener here with Bearcats hosting Bowling Green State University. If you're heading down to this game, tailgating, that's your only chance to see a shower or a sprinkle, but that's mostly if you're getting set up at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. By noon, 1, 2 o'clock, everybody drying back out. Skies will be clearing out for that, and temperatures will be nice and comfy, low 70s. I mean, it's just about perfect day out there. For some football or anything else you have going on a Saturday, let's see, how much rain will we get tomorrow, or when will the rain stop? So I think I answered the question about when the rain is going to stop. In terms of how much, Betty asking about how much rainfall. Not enough. We'll say that. Some areas could pick up to a quarter, as much as a quarter to a half inch of rain, but that's it. We're not expecting, in the stronger storms that we could see late tonight, if you see a stronger storm, you could pick up a quick inch of rainfall, but that's going to be very isolated and only in our southeasternmost communities. If you're hoping for a lot of rainfall, significant rainfall around or northwest of downtown, I mean, it's going to be mostly famine rather than feasting when it comes to rainfall totals there. Less than 1/10 of an inch probably in most spots, unfortunately. So not a ton of rainfall from this, and unfortunately this is our next best chance for anything. Through the rest of this forecast. It's going to turn back to summer, but not a lot of rain from here on out. So enjoy the home opener tomorrow. Looks like a great day for some football. The weekend as a whole, once we get rid of that rainfall, early Saturday, most areas, low 70s, comfy. Same with Sunday, very little humidity, a nice fall-like day on Sunday, not too much of a breeze either. But it's all up from here. So if you like fall, enjoy Sunday, enjoy Monday morning, because it's all going to start to turn around by the time we hit Tuesday. That'll be the turning point here. There's that rain getting out of here early Saturday. Rest of our Saturday looks mostly sunny. Sunday looks chilly, at least in the morning, and a nice comfortable afternoon with just a few fair weather clouds drifting through. What you're not going to see on here is any green at all in the tri-state. I mean, the closest rainfall we're going to have is down through North Carolina or back into Iowa. I mean, that's it. For us, it's fair weather from here on out through Wednesday, Thursday. Our next chance at anything may be Friday, but that's just a very slim chance. Most of us, it's just warming up. You can see there Friday. I mean, that's it. And the only reason we'll see it is because the heat is going to be building out there. So Friday, Saturday, this upcoming Sunday is the Bengals home opener. It is not looking like fall ball. I mean, it's going to be very, very hot outside for the Bengals. You're going to need to get your Bengals striped shorts out if you're heading out to that game. Rain chances, minimal. We only average about 3 1/3 inches of rain for the month of September. It's our driest month typically of the year. And with the rain we saw yesterday, I mean, we got almost an inch of rain. We almost got 1/3 of the month in one fell swoop. We're running a surplus now at the airport by a half an inch, but that's going to dwindle here over the next 10 days because we do not have much rainfall in the way. And with that, temperatures are going to skyrocket. I mean, we are going to be back to summer very quickly. To the guy who reached out to me a couple days ago and said he had a bet with a friend saying we'd hit 85 again, I think you're gonna win that bet by, you'll have some beer money there for the Bengals home opener. Low 70s, nice and comfy. This is kind of the people pleaser forecast unless you're hoping for rain because we got a little bit of everything in here. Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow and Sunday look great. Monday still looks fall-like, but things start to turn around on Tuesday. Those winds start to shift. We're back in the upper 70s Tuesday. We're back to or above normal by Wednesday and Thursday. And then by the time we hit Saturday, FC Cincinnati's back in town Saturday with 83 for the high. Sunday, the Bengals home opener. It's going to be really warm outside for tailgating. It's not going to be kind of a chilly and kind of, you don't want to serve that. Something cool, something, maybe a hot dogs, I don't know. Something for the hot weather because it's going to be really warm outside. It will not be a cold weather event by any means. By the end of the season, you're going to be begging it's warm again probably, so enjoy this if you like the warmer weather. But feeling more like an August preseason game than it will for a mid-September home opener. 83 on Monday, too. Not much in the change in the temperature department here through day 14. That takes us through the next 2 weeks. This takes us into Oktoberfest. The 19th is, I think it's a Friday. Yeah. That takes us to the Friday of Cincinnati, Oktoberfest, Cincinnati there, that Friday. And it looks like above normal temperatures kind of linger there, at least normal temperatures, which will be in the low 80s by that point. Much of the country seeing above normal temperatures. The only reason there the East Coast has below normal temperatures in this stretch is because there's still a real good chance we could see some tropical development heading that way. And let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to see if I can break the stream. Hold on. Let's see. We're going to go here. This takes us through Friday. That'll take us through the 12th. Let me see if I can extend this a few more days. It's going to break everything, but we'll try it and see what happens. See if I can take this out to 12 days and see if anything happens on here. So this takes us through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No. So they have better rain chances off the East Coast with a potential tropical system over there. That only runs through Monday. So unfortunately, that's as far as we get. But a little busier along the East Coast. They're going to see better chances for rainfall. That's the only reason that they have that below normal temperature spread there while the rest of the country's slow roasting into the middle of September. Not a lot of rain, unfortunately, happening out there. So below normal for them, here near normal, a little above normal. Here's your 10-day forecast. Not a lot of questions coming in. October 11th will be dry and warm. October 11th is next Thursday. There it is. Betty asking about next Thursday, the 11th. Yes. Mild, a little bit more humid, too. So, unfortunately, not very fall-like 83. It's going to be a pretty sticky 83, and that humidity is going to linger right through the Bengals home opener on Sunday. Chad, 85 degrees for the home opener. A lot of heat, a lot of humidity. So, thank you, Reese. I tried wearing some Bengals colors today since, I typically don't work on the weekend. I do work this Sunday. I am filling in. You'll see Aaron Ashley out there this Saturday evening. I will be working Sunday evening. Anna has the weekend off, so I'm going to be coming in on a Sunday late. It won't be until like 10 and 11. So we'll see. At that point, we'll have known how bad we beat up on Cleveland with that. So we're hoping for the best there on Sunday. Reds, like I mentioned, already off to a rough start tonight. We'll see if that turns around. They've been pretty competitive the last couple of games, so we'll see what happens. Must-win series for the Reds, if not a must-sweep series for the Reds here on a fireworks Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nice weekend. Really comfortable weekend. If you've been enjoying these fall-like weekends we've been having, enjoy this one. Because as we work way past day 7 there and into days 8, 9, and 10 on the right side of the screen, it's going to be steamy again, a little bit more summer-like next weekend. Yes, Betty, I got you. You're asking about October 11th. Oh, October 11th? Not September 11th? Oh, yeah. No, that's way too far out. That's more than a month away. I could give you a guesstimate, based on climatology, but that's so far out. I mean, it's not going to be accurate. I can give you just a general idea of what the temperatures are like at that point. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I had it bookmarked in my other computer. Maybe I'll open it up over here. Let's try this. This will be easier than trying to hunt down that link. Yeah, I can give you an idea of what temperatures are typically like in October, around the middle of October. October 11th, also about the same time that the leaves start to change, at least in some areas. And, since we're not going to see much rainfall this week, that could put some of the trees kind of into a shock. And what that does, maybe they'll drop their leaves early. You might have started to notice that in a few spots already. I know I have one tree out front that's already starting to lose some leaves. We have to get some rain and some steadily cooler temperatures and more cloud cover. If we can get that, I know nobody likes the gloom, but that helps to keep those leaves on the trees longer. And also helps with the kind of getting the, oh man, I can't think of the word right now. Chloroplast, what is the word I'm looking for? Anyway, the color in the leaves to stick around a little bit longer. Let's see, climate normals into October. Typically, October-wise, still pretty dry through the first half of the month. It's our second driest month, right? Not a lot going on in October. That's why you always see in this area so many October and September weddings, right? Typically, they're pretty quiet months for us. By October 11th, the normal high temperature is in the upper 60s. Normal low temperatures at that point drop into the upper 40s. Will it be dry? I mean, the odds are in your favor, Betty, for October 11th, but we'll see. I mean, you could always see some strong storms. Just like today, we have that chance for some stronger storms. Same thing with October. That's kind of our second season when we see some stronger storms, too. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that's why it's always a risk, too, in September and October. I mean, more of the month than not is usually dry. But you could always have some strong storms, too. Let's hop back over here to the radar, see what we're dealing with outside on this Friday evening, which in most cases is nothing. Most of us are dry, but we got to keep a real close eye on the radar here. Past 8 to 9 o'clock, that's when I think we'll see some development in some storms here off to the southwest of Mason and Robertson counties. Kind of where it says headquarters right there. Off to the west, keeping an eye on these light to moderate bands of rainfall. Those could arrive in the tri-state around the same time, after 8 to 9 o'clock tonight in our westernmost communities. We're not expecting any strong or severe with these, but it could be a nuisance if you're going to be out late celebrating your high school team's win. The strongest storms have been well south of I-70. You can see some of these storms getting together. No current. Let's see here. Throw on the warnings. Yeah, a couple of these are severe out there right now. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one in western West Virginia. Another one there near Paintsville, just to the northeast of our Kentucky radar site there in Jackson, Kentucky. And then we have northwest of London, another severe thunderstorm there. So you can see kind of where those severe storms have been. A fourth one there, straddling the Kentucky-Tennessee line. So we did not miss this by much. Those severe storms just a few counties away. And again, that's the worst of it. Still going to keep an eye on things through about midnight or so in our southeasternmost communities and see what happens. All right. September 20th will be the 25th anniversary of the EF4 tornado in Xenia. That is correct. What else? I had something else happening here. On the 30th in 1977, there was an EF3 tornado, or in that case, an F3 tornado, that pushed through Hamilton County back in 1977. So that was the other thing I had in September in terms of anniversaries coming up for big storms. So thanks for shouting that one out. Hopefully everybody has a nice Friday night. Hopefully we miss the worst of the severe weather. We'll keep an eye on things for about midnight or so. After that, it's garden variety stuff. If you hear a rumble of thunder through the overnight hours, not going to be severe. We lose that severe weather aspect after about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, and anything that pushes in after that is just beneficial for us because we need some rainfall. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm hungry. After I update the website, of course, I do have responsibilities. Hopefully have a nice day and a nice weekend. It will be nice and fall-like out there. It will not be so nice next weekend. We'll be back to summer outside. Don't forget, a little shameless self-promotion, why not? You can always follow me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter and or X or whatever you want to call it, and Instagram. I'm on all 3 of these, always posting out useful, mostly information. A lot of times it's fun jokes. Meteorologist Brad Maushart there on Facebook, on Twitter or X. It is Brad with 3 A's, Brad Weather. And then call me Brad on Instagram. That's more of me taking pictures of coffee and whatever else I'm doing that day. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Get out there, enjoy some drier weather for the second half of Saturday and all of Sunday. Looks like a really nice weekend for most outdoor events, and there are a ton of them. We have Loveland and Newport's Oktoberfest starting on the 12th. We have Covington's Oktoberfest starting on the 12th. That's next weekend, by the way. A little warmer. FC Cincinnati on the 13th. Bengals are on the 14th. We have a lot of busy things happening out there, and then not too long after that we have Oktoberfest Cincinnati. A lot of stuff happening and a lot of dry weather ahead once we get past the rain and storms outside this evening. Enjoy it, everybody.